Okay, sir. You can carry on right now, sir. Akram, sir.
Yep. Yes, I'll start.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Very good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I hope I'm audible to everyone here.
Yes, sir, audible.
Yeah. So with this, let's begin the session. So before starting, before I start the session, let me introduce myself. Myself Akram. I will be your instructor for today's session on Power BI. So I with this, I hope everyone uh, are good, and let's start the session with the initial part of Power BI. So I start with what is Power BI, and before I start with the introduction of it, and go ahead with or dive into Power BI, I want to know from you all, what do you know about Power BI? What is Power BI?
Basically, it's an analytical tool where it collects the data and show the dashboard.
Perfect. So yeah, that's correct. So it's an analytical tool that's help us in building the visualizations or getting some insights from it. Perfect. So it's a tool for data analytics, which provides us interactive dashboard. Yeah, it does provide interactive dashboard in the sense we create dashboards through which we can through which it becomes an interactive dashboard where we can have a look at the summary of the data, what's happening and what's not happening, and what are the you can say circumstances, what are the levels, or you can say the margins, whatever you want to find out. It could be profit, it could be loss, it could be based on different dimensions. So it's a simple data analytics tool, and very simple. It could be data analytics, it could be business analytics, it could be in any terms. Okay, so it's one of the tool among the many available tools. So we have many tools available. So this Power BI is one among them. So before I start with this, I would just take you with the introduction of it. Okay, so let's go ahead. So I'll be sharing you the Power BI introduction from the source known as Microsoft itself, because Microsoft is the one who's providing Power BI to us. Clear. So we will just come back to it. Can you see my screen on Power BI? That is one minute. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah. Is my screen visible? Is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So let us start with building, let us start with Power BI here. The reason why I have taken you with this itself is the reason is this is a source, or you can say there is a provider for every single thing. So we have Microsoft here, which is a provider for Power BI. So I'm just taking you directly from there itself, and from here itself we will be going ahead to download Power BI and everything. So here, I'll just give a brief overview as you all know what is Power BI here. So I'm not going to make it very longer or not going to make it very broader. Instead, just go with the basic understanding and take you with demonstrations of what actually is Power BI. So have a look at the here. Now we will have a basic introduction here. So first thing, the first complete question is, or you can say a direct question that comes to mind: what is Power BI? Clear. So this is Microsoft Power BI, which we can say because Microsoft is the one who is providing to us. So we say it's Microsoft Power BI. So this is a complete reporting solution tool. Yeah, as you have said, it is tool. So what tool is it? So it's a complete reporting solutions. And in this sense, we provide data, we prepare the data, we present the data in the form of visualizations. Okay, and we perform many of the reportings through graphs, through different types of you can say visualizations out there. So it's a complete reporting solution. I'd request other people to mute yourself, please. Okay, so please do mute yourself so that it doesn't disturb the session while we are into the sessions. So in very simple words, this Microsoft Power BI that we have here, it's complete reporting solutions. And as you all know that we have now this era, this current era that we have here, it's full of era with data. We have data every single where, every single place, every single domain. We have data and we are dealing with data out there. So traditionally, we used to like you can say there were some tools used Microsoft Excel. Normally, Microsoft Excel, some databases out there. You can say, or in some other ways where data were analyzed, it could be visualized out there, right? So those were the traditional ways. But now in the current era, where the data is in enormous amount, or where the data growth is enormous, every single second, every single minute, or every single, you can say, uh, or day, right? So we have some tools coming up. So we have some enterprises or entities coming up with some tools out there, which helps us which helps us in reporting the complete data or complete summary of your business. So this is what Power BI is completely. So in very simple, or in 2 words or 3 words, we could say this is a complete reporting solution. This is a complete reporting solution where we report data or in a visualized way, in a different visualizations way. It could be in different graphs out there. It could be graphs. It could be line graph. It could be bar graph. It could be pie plot. It could be pie charts. It could be anything. It could be out there. Okay, so this is a complete solution that the Power BI provides us. So this is what I would say, the what it's all about Power BI. And then I would just go ahead with the next part, that is we have the use of Power BI. So now here, like now you know, as we all know that what is Power BI and what does it do? So how can we use it? The question comes here. So how can we just go ahead and use it? So in order to create our reports using Power BI, we have three sources. You can say we have three components for which will help us to go and create the you can say reports, or you can say the order reports, whatever I said. Now we have three options. We have very first option here, that is the Power BI desktop, that is desktop solution, desktop applications, and we have Power BI service, that is the online platform, and we have also for the mobile out there. So if you're using a desktop or laptop, whatever is it, so you have an option where you can directly just go ahead and download the desktop application, and you can just start building your reports. Else, if you don't want to download and just go ahead with the online, let's say using a browser, then you have your Power BI service online platform. Then else, if you don't have anything and you want to you just have your mobile phone, then you have the mobile application platform available. So this is the visualize the you can say uh, application, but we have here, this is the Power BI desktop, the option that we have here. This is for the online portal, and this is for the mobile application. So this is what three components that we have, or you can say three ways where we can just go ahead and create reports. Is it clear until here? Any questions before we just go ahead? Yeah, perfect, thank you. Now, let's go ahead and have a look at the next thing. So, as I said that I'll not make much more longer, just to extend the introduction part. So we are done with the introduction part. We know what is Power BI. We know how can we create our first report. So we have three components. That is the mobile application, that is desktop application, and the online platform that we have. These three ways. So we have one last thing, or you can say concept, or you can say the part of Power BI to understand is the flow of Power BI flow. Now here, before I start or before we start any of the activity, we try to understand, or we are curious to understand, we are curious to know that where does it starts from and where does it end, right? So it could be in any domain, it could be any domain out there. We have the curiosity to know how does it start, and or we can say from where do we start, and from where at what limit do we end, or what is the end of it, right? So we call in a simple way, in a simple word, that is the flow, right? So here let's have a look at the flow of Power BI. So you can see here we have the flow of Power BI can be categorized into five or six, or it could be in any of the ways. Okay, but to make it very simpler, we have five. First here is connect data with Power BI desktop. The first thing. Now, what do you mean by connect data? Now, let's say in a simple example, let's say a simple example that you are dealing with a business, and I just want to show you one more thing here. I just want to show one more like visualized part to make it very clear of what is this connect data with Power BI desktop. Let's say you want to create a sales dashboard for your business, right? So now to show the sales dashboard, to see the summary of what's the profit, what's the amount of revenue you have earned, what's the amount of revenue from different places or from different customers. You would want to show the dashboard based on these categories, but for this you need to have some data. You need to have some data with you, so that where you can connect or which by which you use that data and you present something clear. So the very first requirement for any of the visualization, or it could be anything of that, where before you create a report, the very first requirement that we have is to collect the data. collect the data. Why do we collect the data? The reason is once we have the data, we can use that data for our further process. Clear? That is the first point that we have here. Connect to data with Power BI Desktop. Once we have the data, then we can just go ahead and do anything. A simple example, let me show you some data out there. I'll just show you a simple data and I'll be sharing that one to you so that you also can do it parallelly along with me. So a simple, I'll just show sales summary of one of the, we can say, entity where let's say some sales order has taken place. So I just want to show that one to you here. Just give me a minute so that I can just go ahead and share you that CSV file. Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah. Now let's have a look at here. I guess I hope. Do you see my Excel screen? Excel sheet screen here? Let me share
No.
once again. No, let me share once again. So here, I'm just going to share you Excel sheet of data. Now, do you see my Excel sheet here? Yes. So we have the Excel sheet here. So let's say
Sure.
a simple example that let's say this is the business. You can just name this business anything out there. Now I have my business here. I have just taken a simple example. So I would have my order ID, order date, customer name, state, and city. So so my customers, the order date, the order ID, it could be state, it could be city. So you can just prepare your own data in your case. So, or you can, I'll just share this one to you out there. You can have any data, but the thing is, the mandatory requirement to start with creating report is to have data. So you need not to have any other skills to start with Power BI. Instead, you just need to have a simple skill of like, or you can say simple data to start with. So once you have the data, you can just go ahead and start with your remaining part of like making visualizations. So this is what we had seen now. Now we'll just go ahead and have a look at the next thing. So a simple example to make you understand is let's go ahead and dive into the next part is the second point. We have just seen the first point here. It was the basic of connecting data to the Power BI desktop. Now we'll just go ahead and have a look at the next thing. So let me share the screen. Yeah. So we have seen this one. Like the first one is completed, connect data to the connected data with Power BI Desktop, and the second thing is we have transform and model data with Power BI. Now let's say you have a data with you, and that data could be a raw data. As I have shown the data now, data set to you. It could be raw data, means you have just recorded or you have just calculated or you have just taken from the business. So it could be raw data, which where you might have to make some modifications, you might have to make some changes or alters out there, the data out there. So that is what we have transform. So transform means in the sense transforming your data into some other shape. Let's say from raw data to good, like you can say usable data. So that is what we have transform and model data with Power BI Desktop. And after transforming, we go with the visualizations. We go with visualizations. That is, we create visualizations with that data. It could be graph, it could be anything out there. And after we create the visualizations, we publish the report. Means once we have created, we just go and publish that one so that it is in order to share to others. Now let's say you are working in a company and your manager has given you a task to create some reports. Now, once you have created, you would not take your laptop and go to manager or sit with him, or you need not to take you need not take need to take your machines and just go to their office or anything such. Instead, you have prepared your data, you have prepared your reports. You just take that report and just go to the send the link to the manager so that the manager have a look at it. Clear? So it means it is published to the people whomever you want to. Clear? And at the very last, we just manage the report. That is, what are the if any changes have to be, if any changes needed to be made, or if you want to add some more things. Clear? So these 5 steps that we have here helps you to create a very high level dashboard, okay, and to make a very good report of whatever domain you want to, or whatever you wanted to. So with this, let's go ahead and have a look at the Power BI. Shall we all start with the Power BI demonstrations? Are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Let's go ahead. And before I just go ahead, I hope it's all clear regarding what is Power BI. So I'll just give a quick summary of the previous 3 steps that we have just gone through. It. Very first thing, what is introduction of Power BI? It's nothing but Microsoft Power BI, the tool that helps us to create a complete reportings. Clear. What is reportings now? It's nothing but preparing data visualizations out there so that we can create a good report on any domains. It could be a business, it could be your entity, it could be your any business, it could be your any company reports, it could be your office reports, it could be anything we create using Power BI. So, and second thing that we have seen, so how can we use Power BI? So we have 3 of the ways, or you can say 3 primary components, which we can even call them, like which we can use it. So it could be your desktop application, it could be an online platform, it could be cross mobile platform that we have seen. And the third thing that we have seen is what is the flow of Power BI. So flow is very simple. It is 5 steps. So very first thing is you need to have data which has to be connected with Power BI. First step. Second, we transform that data into usable way in Power BI. Third, using the data, we create visualizations. Fourth, we publish that one. Okay, we can publish that report. Fifth, we manage them. Manage means it could be you might have some changes to do, you might have some alternations to do out there, right? So you might want to incorporate some changes. So that is that is what all the 5 steps that we have in Power BI. Now to get started with Power BI, you need to install Power BI in your machines. Do you all have laptops with you now? Yes.
No,
Yes, do you
sir.
all have laptops?
Yes, sir.
You don't have?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Those who have it, then fine. You all can just follow up with me. I'll be there for you here. Now we have around 1.5 hour, or you can say 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes max out there. So uh, I'll start step by step. What you can do is you also can follow up with me out there. Now, before I start the installation, before I start with the actual part of the session, we will see what are the outcomes that we wanted to look at it. Clear? I'll show you the visual now. Like what do we want to create? What do we want to achieve at the end of the session? So let me just share that screen to you. That what we want to achieve now in this session using Power BI. Yeah. Do you see my screen here? Yes. Do you see my Power BI screen here? Yep. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is this is the Power BI screen that we have here, or you can say a report, a sample report that we have created, which we are going to create in this session if time permits. Not completely, but as much as possible in this session. So here we have this is a report, or you can say a dashboard been created. So I have named this as Al Imad and e-commerce sales dashboard, and you can just have a look at that. We have the sum of amount, the sum of profit,
Hello, sir. Your voice is not.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Is it audible now? I'm audible.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now is it audible? Sorry, just mic got turned off.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So do let me know. Thank you for letting me know. Like my voice got turned off. So do let me know if any issues takes place. So this is what we are going to create. So this is a dashboard that we are going to create now by the end of the session here. So we have the data here to let you know. We have some data with me. So we have orders. You can just have a look at here. We have two data. That is order data, okay, and details data out there. I'll be sharing this to you shortly in the you can say the chat box. You all can take this data out there and you can use for this for presentations. So we have these two data, and based on these two data sets that we have here, okay, which is all about sales. So we have created this data set, or you can say a dashboard using Power BI. Now here, this seems whatever you see here now, it is not static. This is not static. This is dynamic. Now, a simple example.
Oh, language on Japan.
Do mute yourself. Excuse me. Excuse me. Mute yourself out there. Now, we can just have a look at that. I have some filters here. When I say quarter one, it shows the data for all the quarter one of the period. When I say quarter two, it shows the data for the quarter two period. When I say quarter three, whatever, you just have the filtrations. I have the filtrations here, and you also can filter them by states. Just have a look at them. Now we have all the states here. I say now it is as Karnataka, and when I press Karnataka, you can see I have the whole graph of Karnataka. So you can see we have some amount of sales taken in Karnataka is 1,465, sum of profit 328, quantity is 22. And if I just go ahead this with Tamil Nadu now, let's see, I'll just give the Chennai, it could be a Tamil Nadu. We have Tamil Nadu here. Now once I Tamil Nadu, 1 12 amount of the profit, 24 rupees is profit, 3 is the quantity, 37 is the average here. Now this way you can just go ahead and implement any of the you can say uh, dashboard, or what you can say reports, that however you want to. So this is just what we are going to create now. So we have multiple filtrations available here. So this is the complete all what I have to given. This is complete summary of the whole thing. There is no filtration now. Now if you even click here, let's say for example, you click on the printers. Once you click on printers, you will see the complete data for the printers here, the complete data for the printers. Anyway, so it's a very dynamic and very you can say there are huge amount of features available here. So if you click anyway, let's say for example I click on Maharashtra here. So you will have, once you click on the Maharashtra, you will have all the details all about Maharashtra. Just have a look at that. This is Maharashtra. Everything that you see in blue color now is all about Maharashtra. So once you click on Delhi, let's say a simple example, I just click on Delhi here. So it's all about Delhi now. So there are multiple ways and ways of you can say defining, or you can say
Sir,
creating the
sorry to interrupt.
reports.
Hello. No, I
Yes,
have
sir.
a client. I have a client meeting in another 15, 20 minutes. I have to leave, but I know I wanted to know this class completely. Will the recording will be shared over the WhatsApp by any
Um,
chance?
I hope so, because recording is I think recording has been started. So just give me a minute. So let me check.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'll share the link. Okay. Good.
Okay, so the one who wants to go, or you can say you might have some other work, so the recording will be shared to you.
Thank you
Clear?
so much. Thank you so much. This
Okay.
would be great help. Now, because my exam has been scheduled this weekend for the Power BI, so it would be really
Yeah.
helpful for me.
No worries.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. So by this, I guess I hope everyone has got the overview of what is Power BI and what you can do using Power BI. So this is what I have explained, and what this is what summary what I have given now. Now let's go ahead and have a look at the actual demonstrations. To start with Power BI now, you you all can open your Chrome browsers. You all can open up Chrome browsers and go and search for Power BI. There are two ways. As I said, there are multiple ways of doing it. So one among them, I'll just show you here. So let me just show you the complete thing. So now let's have a look at the actual part of what is Power BI and how you can start with. So you can just take out the Power BI, or you can just go with your Chrome browsers and search for Power BI. Power BI. Download whatever you can give Power BI, and you have the very first option, that is Power BI data visualizations. You have two ways. You can download the setup completely, that is locally from here, okay, or else desktop. Click on desktop directly, and you have here download now. You have download now option. Okay. Now when you have this option here, so I'm just going to show you once again of this particular part. So we have two options. This download will directly take you with downloading the setup completely. You can see it, download Power BI desktop. Okay, just click on this one, and this will open the Power Microsoft Store, because Power BI is also available in Microsoft Store, so you can just go from there, or else directly you can just go and search for store, and in store you can search for Power BI. Just search for Power BI. Search for Power BI, and you will get a Power BI desktop. You will get Power BI desktop. Just click on this. Don't go with any of the options. Don't go with any of the options. Completely go through with Power BI. Only Power BI desktop, and just click on get. You might have the get option. Go with the get option. Get, and that will take a bit of time, so you can download Power BI from here. Once it has been downloaded, you can find Power BI in your menu, that is start menu, this way. So you can see here Power BI desktop. So you can just open this one. This will open the Power BI to you completely. Is it clear until here? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then let's go ahead. Now we have something here. So what I have done is, let's go ahead. Now I can't wait for you all to download. You can just try downloading as soon as possible. So this is what the Power BI looks like. So I'll just close Power BI completely here. I'll close completely so that I can show you from the very scratch part, like how does it start with, or how does it looks like. So once you start with Power BI desktop, it opens the Power BI first page. So this would be the window popping up first. Okay, and you would have this first page coming up to you. So once you start with Power BI, so this is the home page, or you can say not the home page. Yeah, it's a home page that you will have normally initial part. When initial part of the session, you will have this type of Power BI home page coming up to you with some options here. Select a data source to start with a blank report, or we have something like introduction to what is Power BI. So whatever I have just said you before, in the initial part of the session, it is the same thing out there. So now we have this home page where we have the options to how to start with. Now here in Excel, you might have seen the Excel traditional way of doing it, right? That is a traditional way of creating reports and every single thing. So we don't have multiple options to start with or take data with. But here, in this case, we have multiple ways to start with, or you can have data in multiple sources. So we can have an Excel book, we can have SQL Server out there if you want to take some data from SQL Server, or you want to take some sample data out there, or if you want to take the data from some other resources, you will have multiple options. So let's have a look at that. You have so many options to start with. You can take data from anywhere. So these are huge, or you can say enormous ways, or you can say enormous sources from where you can take data. In our case, we are going to take a test CSV file or an Excel sheet out there, which I'm going to share you. I'm going to share you 3 of the Excel sheets now. Okay, I'm going to share you 3 Excel sheet, 2 CSV file, 1 Excel sheet out there, so that you can have a look at it, and you can do it as how I'm going to teach you. So once you are in home page, you can start with the blank option. So initially I have not shown that one, so because once I just selected the get more options, you will have the first option there, blank report. Okay, blank report. Just click on the blank report, you will get this page coming up here. You will have this page coming up here, so from where you can just this is how it looks like. So this is similar to Excel sheets, or you can say the traditional way that we have here. This is similar to that one, or you can say the look. Some of the options, some of the features are similar to Excel. Even the look is the same how we had for Excel sheets out there. You can just have, for example, we have format painter, copy cut, and all of these things. These are almost similar. These are almost similar, like the previous traditional way. But this Power BI has a lot of enormous features added into this. So by this, what I'll do is very first thing, let me share the data to you. If you're just looking at here, let me just share the data first, and then we can start with it. So just a minute. I'm just going to share the data first. All the 2 data sets that I'm going to share you. One is order data set, and one is details data set. I'm going to share you these 2 data sets out there. You all can you all can just take that one and implement parallelly with me if you're with me out there, if you have installed Power BI. And before this, one very good point being said by one of the participants here, that is, before you just go ahead with Power BI, make sure that you have a good machine, or you can say a good PC with you available. The reason is, um, like Power BI is not that heavier tool, but it is heavier compared to the others. Let's say your previous Excel sheet, your Microsoft Word Office out there, it could be anything, but this requires an amount of good machine, or you can say to run smoothly, you need to have a good PC with good specifications, minimum i3 7th 10th. This is good for working with Power BI. I would suggest you all to have. And anyhow, nowadays everyone has good PCs and laptops with them. Okay, and RAM minimum 8, because even a simple machine or a simple laptop which you might be using, 8 GB of RAM is good for your any work. 8 GB of RAM, a storage. And normally you might have 250 GB or 500 GB SSD out there, right? So 1 GB or 2 GB hardly takes. So just to make it very clear, that is to go ahead smoothly with Power BI, so that you can perform. Yeah, exactly. 16 GB is best for your any work. So in my case, I'm having more than that 16 out there. Okay. So I hope so you all have installed, and those who are installing can also install. I'll share the link, or you can say, sorry, the Excel sheet for you, so that you can also take it and mm, follow with me out there. What I'm just going to do now. So let me share the sheets for you first. Then I'll start with the initial part. So what I want everyone is, so if you're not for like parallelly with me out there, so don't focus on your work. Okay, don't go with your the you can say, don't focus on your work what's installing, let that install. You can just focus here, so that you can see the concept that we have here, or the features that we have here, and how are we going to do. So I'm just going to start now. So before I start, let me quickly share the data set to you first. So I just forgot that one. Okay, 1 minute. Start. Yeah, else what we can do is I'll be sharing the data through the WhatsApp. Okay, so WhatsApp, whatever the WhatsApp group you have, you will get the data sheet from there. Just give me a minute because I'm not able to share the data here. Okay, I'm going to share you the data shortly. Mohammed Ilyas, I'm audible.
Audible, sir.
Yeah, it's audible.
So I'm not able to share this Excel sheet for them. Is it any other ways? Do we have any other way?
Yeah, share it to me through the WhatsApp group we have, right? So I'll
I'll
share through
share.
that.
I'll share. Sure, I'll share you.
Okay,
You can
sure.
just share them.
Yeah, sure.
So I have shared you Mohammed Ilyas, so you can just share them to the group. In the group.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah. With this, let's go ahead, everyone. I hope so you all are here, and thanks for your patience. Yeah, I hope you all can see my screen. Is it visible now?
Visible,
Mm.
sir.
Yeah. Let's go ahead now. Now here, very first thing, let me just go ahead and tell you a few things before I just start with this. So we have 1 hour of time, I guess, by you can say by 11:30 or 11:45. We have some time with us, so I'm not going to go in very detail. So I had a question out there to explain the concepts of Power BI in very much like details out there. So there's no much of time with going with that. Instead, I'll make it very simple and very easy for you to uh, to show, or you can say I'll show you a very easy way to create Power BI reports. So very first thing, you can just have a look at this thing here, the pane that you see here. On the top here, we have file, which is normal out there. If you want to open, if you want to save something, if you want to import something, or whatever is it. Okay, we have some options here in the file here. You have we have the home menu here, where you have all these options. Just have a look at there. Get data, Excel workbook, SQL server, data enter, and many of the we have something known as transform data. Okay, new text box and some other options here. You have insert, modeling, like how we had the same now, like how we had in Excel sheets menu. We have the same type of menus here. Almost almost similar, but we have extra features here. So here I'll just go with the very important part, a very important thing that we need to have or to create a report. So very first thing, we need to get the data first. So as I said you that we have two data set with us. One is
Are you sharing?
do mute yourself. Excuse me. Mute yourself so that it doesn't disturb the session while I'm taking it. So here, as I said, you need to have data with us. So now here we have few things. As I said, the menus that we have here, home, insert, modeling, and other options out there. On the left side, we have the left pane here. Just have a look at it here. Report view. This is the phase that we are in. The page that you see now, this current page that you see now, this is the report view pane we are in. This is the page where the report has been created, and we have one more tab known as table view. Now this table view, once you click here, this is the place where your data has been shown. I'm audible? Hello.
Sir, your screen is not
Not
visible, sir.
My screen is not visible. 1 minute. Yeah, is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Sorry for the inconvenience that we had now. So I'll just go quickly here. Now, as you can see here, we are into the Power BI desktop very first page here. And this is what you will have once you create with a blank sheet, or you can say blank report. Now, once we go with the blank report here, now we have the menu here on the top, normal menu that we have in Excel sheets out there or in Microsoft Word Office, like
Still
file, home.
sir.
What is it?
Not in visible, sir.
Yeah, I have shared my complete screen.
I'm seeing your
Yeah.
I don't know the reason.
If the screen is visible only.
It is
I think
visible,
it's a
sir.
network issue. I think he had a network issue.
Okay.
Somebody,
Yeah, so
Check
it
your
depends.
network, please.
someone don't have
Yeah,
the.
it depends. Yeah, it depends on the network that you are using. Just do check with your network once. Okay. So here, I'm just coming back to the speech here. Now we have the simple menus like file, home, insert, modeling, like how we have in Excel sheets and everywhere. So in home tab, we have some options. So like I'm just going to go with the main options here. So not going in much more details. So whenever you wanted to get the data, we have the option here, get data. So as I showed you the very first initial part, you can take data from anywhere. And we have one option here, transform data, where through which we can transform the data out there. And we have some other things like if you want to create new visual, let's say you want to give create some new graph, you can just go from here. You want to have a text box, just go from here. More visuals, to have more visuals. It could be anywhere, you can import it. And the same thing in insert, we have multiple options. So we are not going to go with these things now currently.
The screen
So
is not visible, sir.
check your connection, please. Check your connections. On the left side, we have the report view. Now the current screen that you see here, this is the report view where the report will be shown. Like how you see this report here, this report you see here now, this is your report view that we have here. And the same thing, we are into it, but we don't have anything now, so it's not shown anything. And second icon on the left pane that we have here is the table view, where all of your table are being shown. All of your table are being shown here, and you can so that you can do whatever the activities you want to. For a simple example, you might want to modify something. You might want to change some options. You might want to modify your data out there. So we will have the table view. We have the option here, and the third one we have model view. This is a place where the model has been shown. In the sense, which table is linked with which one, the entities. So I'll come back to it very quickly. Let's go ahead with the very first thing. I'm going to get the data first. So first thing you have to get the data. In my case, it's a CSV file. I'm going with the CSV file here, and I'm importing both of my orders and details. I'm going to import first orders. Okay, let's have a look at here, everyone. I'm going to import orders because I have all the order details stored in my orders uh, Excel sheet. So you can see here, once you click on get data of Excel, that is get data here, you will get this page coming up. You will get this page coming up here. Can you all see the screen here? Yes. I hope so the screen is visible out there. So once you click on get data, and once you have selected the file, let's say in my case, I have selected orders.csv file, which has the whole data in this. Okay, it's complete data is not shown because we have first 200 rows. We have option here, load option. Now, first thing, there are two ways. Once you load data, once you take some CSV file, once you import some data from a source, you have two options. Either directly go ahead and load it if you don't have any changes to do, and if you want to perform any changes, you can click on transform data. You can click on transform data. You can do this even later on. If you have not, if you don't want to do it now, you can do this also later on. Just click on load. Just click on load here. That will load the whole data set. I would request other people to mute yourself first. Do mute yourself. Now, have a look at them. So as I said, once you get that pane coming up with the options, two options, load data, load button and transform data button. If you want to transform immediately, you can just go with transform option, else go with load option. So once I click on load, you can just have a look at on my right side. Just have a look at on my right side here in data pane. Do you see here? Everyone, is it visible? Is it visible?
Sir,
Yeah. On the right side, you can see the orders sheet being loaded into your Power BI. Now, you can see this is the orders data that we have here. In order, we have this many columns. It is been shown here to us. Okay. And we have some other panes here. For example, just have a look at that. We have visualizations from where you can get all the different types of graphs is out available. If you want to add some filtrations, we have the filters tab. So on the left side, we have four tabs here: report view, table view, model view, and on the right side we have three out there. That is whatever the data is it, or whatever the data you have imported is been shown. Visualizations options has been shown where you can select all the visualizations. On filters, you can add all of your filters. We'll come back to this one very shortly. Now we have taken our data orders data set. Now the details of this order. So I have one more data set that you can just go and import. Click on CSV now again. Click on CSV. Just give me a minute. Just close this. I just opened by mistake. Click on CSV, and I am selecting the details dataset now. So you can import any amount of dataset that you want to. So in my case, I just wanted to go with my sales dashboard. So I have taken two data sets. It depends on your data, how you have created your data. Now I have my orders data and I have my orders details in this details.csv here. Clear? So I have taken this two one. Now, as I said you earlier, that if your data is very good, or if you want to make some changes later on, you can just click directly on load. And if you want to make changes to the data, click on transform data. So I'm not going to do that now. You can also do it later on. Just click on load. So once you click on load on the right side here in the data pane, you now see we have two tables, two data. Is it all visible? Have you all understood until here? Yeah. Yeah. Now you can see here we have both details and orders available here. We have both details pane available here, or you can see in data pane we have details data as well as the order data available here. Now, as I said, this order depends on details, and details depends on order, because I have not taken all the data in one table, or you can say one CSV file. Instead, I have taken two out there. This will have all the orders details. This will have all the details of the orders. So I have two out there. So based on how many you have, you just import all of your data sets. So now what happens once you have imported your data? Now what we have completed, we have connected the data. So if you just understand the flow of data set, we have connected the data set with the Power BI. This is done. Now the second thing is transformation of data, transform data option that we had. So now let's go ahead and perform transforming data. Now you have two options to go with. Now on the top here in the home menu, we have something transform data, right? Just have a look at there. We have something transform data. You can either click here directly, which will give you this pane coming up. So I have just clicked on it. So you see, we have a pane coming up, or you can say a window coming up out there with the data sets. Is it all visible? Yes. Are you all
Yes, sir.
understanding? Yeah. So this is what we have, and you can see here, once you click on transform data, we have a new window coming up with the data sets open. So first it has opened orders data out here, and you also can go with details data that has been shown here. Clear? And I'll just close it for now. And you have one more option to go with transform data is on the left side. You have here table view. You have something table view. Just go with table view here, and it again open you something this way. What you see here. This is a bit different. On the right side, you have details here and orders available here and the data of it available here. Now you can perform, as I said, you transforming and changing the data. You can perform in two ways. Now this is not completely transforming data out there. This table menu that we have here, on the table view that we have here, this doesn't provide us completely everything, but yes, it provides many of the activities that we can perform. But here, but another way, if it if we just go with this one, let's say I go with reports and I click on transform data. This gives you a lot of options compared to the previous one compared to the previous one. Now what is the transforming of data? I said you transforming means changing from one state to another. So I mean, what you mean is changing the data into some other way. Let's say you have some data with you, you want to change into some other way. Let's say you want to modify some data. That is what we have, transformation or transform data. Now, I'll just show you simple cases out there of what is transforming the data here. And here, when you come back to transform data, you have few things available here on the right pane or the on the right left pane here. This is what the pane we call pane. This is the right pane, and desktop is the menu that we say here. Now we have few options. You can just have a look at them. We have many options available. Enter data, refresh, choose column, remove columns, keep rows, remove rows. We have many things almost similar to Excel, but this is much more advanced that we have here. On the left side, we have the data out there, that is table been shown. On the right side, we have something known as query settings, and this is the name of the table. And here we have something very important. Just have a look at the applied steps. Do you see here? This is what we call as applied steps. Now let me tell you what is it. This applied steps shows every step that you have taken while changing the data. What I mean is a simple example to make you understand. I'll just go to details. A simple example. I'll just go to details here. Now, do you see this amount column? Is it visible? Yes,
Yes,
amount
sir.
column. And once you go to amount column, I'll just go here and make some changes. I'll just go here. I might add some filtrations out there, isn't it? You can add filtrations from here, or just right click here, and you can make some more changes, like let's say remove, if you want to remove the column, if you want to make a duplicate of this column, if you want to change type out there, if you want to group make, or you can say group by this uh, column, right? Yeah. Okay. So we have the column here amount, and you can make any changes, like all the changes that we can make here. A simple example of that. So what I'll do is just right click here, click on duplicate. A simple example to show you here. I click on duplicate columns. Once you click on duplicate column, do you see here one entry has been added? You all see here duplicate column. Yes, this has been added here. Now here the same way, any changes what you make, and let's say in this duplicate column, I just go here and make some more changes. A simple example to make you understand. I just go ahead out there and make some a simple change. I say amount one. Do you see the list here? Yes, we have duplicate column one list available and rename column one list. Means any changes that you go ahead and make here, okay, all the changes are being shown one by one here. And the wrong mark that you see here, the wrong mark you have here, if you just click on this wrong mark, let's say duplicate column, it will remove the duplicate column for you. Once you delete this one, whatever the changes you had made, previously will be uh, gone. Means that will be removed once you click on this wrong mark. So it means this will have store all the history for you, and whatever the changes you go on making it, okay, that will be shown here. You made this, that last time. And you have the wrong option. Once you click on the wrong option, that will remove that particular change. And very important thing is, after you have made whatever the changes you wanted to do in the tables, on both the tables, or you can say both the Excel sheets, you have something on the left side. Just have a look at this particular part. I just want to show you here. On the left side, you can just have a look at there. We have something very, very important. This says up, close and apply, close and apply. So what you have to do is, after you make any change, you need to click here and just give any options. Just click on any. Close and apply means whatever the changes you have made now, that will be that changes will be made to your particular data. And if you just directly close it, without making anything, all the changes whatever you have done will be not saved. So that is what transformation of data is. You have many options out there, but I'm just trying to go with I'm just trying to make it much shorter, as much simpler out there. Is it clear? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Now let's go ahead and have a look at the next thing. Now and you can see here we have something. There are pending changes in your query that haven't been employed. It is showing as a notification. So in my case, I just say discard the changes. In my case, I just want to say discard the changes. Yeah, there are some changes you might need to do. I'll show you those changes here. Just click on the table view. Out there, and here you might need to make sure that these changes are available while we are dealing with data. What happens is, let's say this amount column here. Now I am in table view. Here. You all can have a look at here. Once I click on table column, what is the data type here? What is the data type? It's a whole number. Am I right? It's a whole number. And if you want to change the data type of this whole column, you can just go and give text, or you can just give on time, date, whatever you want to. You can change the column type. But what happens is, this is very, very important. Now, because we are dealing with making dashboards and making something very, very important, or you can say making some visualizations, make sure that all the columns are properly fixed or transformed. I mean, those, let's say this is the number, this column is actually a number out there, but in some cases what happens, the column are been set as text. This is number, but it is identified as a text value. So that becomes hindrance while making visualizations. So we are just looking at these things here. Let's say quantity here. This is also a whole number. Profit. This is also a whole number. Amount. This is also a whole number. Order ID. Just have a look at the order ID here. This is a text because we have integer. We have character here. We have string column here. Okay, we have string column here, and this is a text type that has been shown there. Clear? So this can't be integer. This is a text value that we have here. Now you can make the changes whatever you want to. And now I just go to the next thing, that is the report view. Now now we are done with the second part, that is transforming the data. We are done with the first part, that is connecting the data out there. Second one, transforming the data. Third one, visualizing the data. Shall we go ahead? Are you all ready? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, let's say a simple example. We'll try to make this is similar to this. Now, I don't think I'll just try my best to completely show this whole thing as you see here. Okay, but if even if we can't do this much out there, we'll do half of it. We'll do half of it. Like you have these things, these two, and this top two, this top four. I'll do out there. I'll try to show you some shortcuts out there, which can make your work very easy. Now, very first thing that we need here is I'm just going to give a header. So you have an option here known as text box. Have a look at that on the top. On the top, we have something text box here. I just click on this. I just click on this. Once you click on this on your screen, you have something text box here, and you can write down something. Let's say I just give the name here. Okay, I'll just give the name. Um, I'll just give you star. Okay, now what is the name that I have given here? I'll name it e-commerce search dashboard. I'll give you star e-commerce. Okay, I'll just rename this quickly. Okay, e-commerce. I'll say sales dashboard. I'm just giving a name here. I'm just going to increase the size here to 28. Okay, 28. Make it a bit, make it bold. Let me just change this to 28. Make it bold. This is what I have done. So now you have taken text box, so you can just make it vertically aligned. So this is how we make vertically aligned. I'm just reshaping this whole box here. Now you can see this is what I have given. I have given stars e-commerce sales dashboard. So you all can make this into complete capital letters or whatever is it. In my case, I have made I have given this name. So this is simple name text box. I'm using the feature known as text box and showing the text here. And the next thing is I want to show the profits. So we'll just go with this one. What's out there? I want to show profit by month. We'll go from here, the next, then with this next, then with this thing next out there. Okay, so I want to go with this one. This is the bar that we have here, isn't it? These are the bar graph that we have here. This shows profit by month. What you can do is once you have this e-commerce sales dashboard, on the right side you have some option. You have one option. You have an option known as visualization, and in visualization you can just have a look at there. We have multiple graphs. You can see here stacked bar. You can say stacked column chart out there. We have clustered bar chart. We have many of them. So I'm just going with clustered column chart. You can just go with any. Okay, but in our case we are just going to go with clustered column chart. You can go with any. You can go with any of that. So in my case, I'm just going to go with clustered column chart. Let's click on this. Once you double click on this, you see on the left side we get this chart available here. We get the chart available here. Now this is empty, so it's not showing anything. So what you need to do is you need to give the data. We have, and once you have created the chart, every chart that you create, you will see something below visualizations part. You have something known as x-axis below here. For every chart, that you draw or that you use here, you have the options here: x-axis, y-axis, legend, small multiples, tooltips below. Now what I'll do is I'll take some data. Now let's say I want to find out the profits. All right, you can see here profit by months. Now in x-axis I want to show all the profits, and in y-axis I want to show all the months. So you can take profit from here. On the right pane, on the right side, we have the data column, details and orders here. In details, you can take profit. Click on this profit, long click, and you can drag this one directly either here. That will take the X column first, or you can drag it in this field. Are you all understanding? Yes, understanding? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now in x-axis I have taken profits, and in y-axis I am going to take the months. So you can see here in orders, you can just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So as you can see here in this particular chart, okay, we have taken profit and x-axis. Now you can see it is nothing is been shown here, and on the y-axis I want to go with the months. So you can see here we have something here, order date in the orders out there. You have the drop down here. Just click on this drop down, right? And you can see here we have date hierarchy. Now, one thing to know very clearly, that now you can see here we are getting this option, order date, then we are getting the date hierarchy out there. Am I right? You will not get this if the column of this order date is not set to date. For a simple example, have a look at there. Now, this is the date in orders. In orders, if you see this date column here, this data type has been set to date. Now, if this is what happens, this manually comes to text most of the time. It comes to text out there this way. Now, if this has been set to text, you will not get this option. As you can see here, order date. This is simple text column. The simple text column that we have here. And if you just drag and drop it here, you will not have in a proper way. Just have a look at that. It is very different, right? Now, what you need to do is you need to always make sure that the date column are been set properly. Okay, are been set properly, and I'm making a date. So once you make a date here and go back to your report again, okay. Now this time what you can do is take the date hierarchy, take month out there from here and put it in your y-axis. Now you can see here this says error fetching the data out there. So what you can do is you can just refresh here, click on refresh, And once you click on refresh, this time have a look at them. You have something been shown here. That is in your diagram, we have the uh, charts been shown, that the axis been shown here. On the left side, we have first month. On the right, on the below, that is y-axis, or you can say x-axis, we have something profits. So there we have done one mistake. Now profit, I want it to be in y-axis, okay, and the months that we have here, I want this to be and the x-axis. So we did a simple mistake now, and you can just have a look at that. We got this graph. Do you all see here? Yes. Is
Yes.
it clear? Yeah. So make sure that you make sure in which axis do you put the columns. So now what we did currently, we had like dragged this sum profit into the x column, which was this one, and date to the y column, y axis. So that was the reason we did not get it. Now you can see here on the x axis we have months. You also can put date, day, year, whatever is it, or quarters out there. In my case, I have taken months on my x axis, some of the profits here. So this is what we have here, and you can see on the left side here in our dashboard, we have some of the profit by month been shown here. We have the graphs shown here, and wherever the graph is a profit, it is shown above here, and this is the losses below. This is first visualizations that we have created now. This is the very first visualization that we have just now created on profit by months. So until here, is it clear, everyone? Is it clear?
So sorry to interrupt here, sir. I tried the same to convert the data type to text to date, but it shows me we cannot automatically convert the column to data type.
Okay. Just make sure you are here. Are you here now?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
No, just look at my screen here. This is the order date column, right?
Yes,
This is
sir.
the order date column. Now here, you just go to data type. It is
Yes, sir.
text, isn't it?
Yes, I present
Was
in
it text? It was in text out there. So you while it is in text, it is showing like this way. It is
Yes,
showing
sir.
this
In
way.
month, date,
Okay,
and year.
perfect. Now what you can do is just click on drop down and just click on date. Just click on date,
Yes,
and
sir.
it
I
will
tried.
ask for the permission. Just click on S.
Yes. After that only, it's pop-up has displays.
Now is it converted, or is it showing you any errors?
It's showing that this error message, sir. We cannot automatically convert the column to data type. I think this date format has been different. Sandeep. The first it was a month. In your screen it was month, date, year. In my screen it was date, month, year. Maybe that's why it's maybe that's the reason, I think so.
Yeah, exactly. But okay. Did you take same data of whatever I have given?
Yes, sir. From your Excel
Yeah.
file, I have
And
imported that.
on the now just have a look at this one. Do you see something in format here? Format.
Yes, I can see the format.
Yeah. Now when it is in text format, okay. When it is in text format, let me make a text format. So you can see now the format is text, isn't it? The format that
Yes,
is
sir.
shown here, the simple text. Now go and change it to date, okay? And now see your format that is been shown here. It should show this way. We have the format option here. Just have a look at that. We have the format option here. You can select the second one, long date. You
One
can
sec,
select the
sir. I'm
second one,
just
long
checking.
date.
Data type changed to type, but showing the same message. But I am unable to change the format also. At present, it was in text only, sir. Okay, sir. At the
Okay.
end of the section, we can cross verify that we can continue.
Yeah, sure. So now we have now as you can all you can see here that once we have this data available, we got this output. Now in our case, I need to go and just select the proper date. Okay, so I'm just going to select month out there and put it here, and you can see. So whenever you what happens is whenever you put or change values out there, or let's say you go to your table view here and you make some changes and you come back here, you might have this information error fetching data for the visuals, right? So you need not to get worried about this one. Instead, just go and refresh here. You have the refresh option. Just go and refresh. So this will refresh the data, whatever you have, whatever the changes you have made now there, that will refresh the data that we have here, and it will give you the graph here. Is it clear until here? Yes. Is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Now as we all know that the time is running very short. So what I'll do is I'll quickly just go ahead and show you a few things. Now, a simple example to make out here. See, so like how can, now this is my chart that we have here, and I want to make some changes here. Now, whenever you want to make some changes to the chart, it could be any background out there. So whenever you want to make some changes to chart, just click on the specific chart here. On the right side, you have something known as format your visuals. You have some option known as format your visuals. Click on that, and we have the options here: visuals, generals, two options. You can just go with visuals, and if you want to change something, let's say for example, in the x-axis, if you want to change the color to, we want to make the text bigger, you can see here in x-axis. If you want to make the text bigger, it is showing bigger out there, and if you want to change the color to white, let's say I want to change it to complete black, it is showing complete black here, this one, right? So whatever you want to do, you can just come and change here. If you want to show title, I don't want to show title now, okay, because the reason is I have the heading here of the chart, sum of profit by month, so I don't want the title, so I'm just offering the title here. Now same for y axis. If you want to change the values here, for example, let's see, if you want to make it black color, I'm going to make black color now, okay. Or and let's say if you don't want to show the title, let's see on the left side, sum of profit was shown, right, month was shown here, you can just remove by offering the titles. You have all the options here out there, and you have the grid lines shown here. Just have a look at there. We have the grid lines shown. So just go to grid line tab here. I just click off. Now see, we have no grid lines available. Now this way you can make any number of changes that whatever you want to. If you want to change the column colors, we have the columns. In columns you can change the color to blue, red, whatever you want to. You can change the column colors too. So for every chart you will have on the right side, when you just click on the chart, you will have the right side the visual format your visuals option, and you will have all the options available. And if you want to add some borders out there, I want to add a border. So let's say I want to add a border of something. Let's say it could be 1 pixel, 2 pixel, whatever is it, okay. And that way you can just make it. Now in my case, I'm just going to make this as blue color, the same way whatever it was, okay. And I want to put a background color for this chart. So before this, let's say I want to make this type of background that you see here, this type of background here. So just click on your dashboard, the main screen, okay. Sorry, 1 minute. Just click on the dashboard main screen, go to your format your report page. Here you have something canvas background. Here just give the color, this one, or you can just give any color. In my case, I am going to go and select this color, so let me just select this color. So 1 minute, okay, just give me 1 minute. So canvas settings, okay, canvas background, and you see transparency here, it is 100%. Just reduces transparency. Once you reduce the transparency, okay, the color will be shown whatever the background you add. So I'm going to make it some other violet color. In this case, it could be this one, or it could be this one. Okay, this is completely black out there, but I didn't want to go with this complete black. Instead, just go with this one that we have here. Yeah. So this is the complete this color, purple. Okay, I've made this color now. You can see this is my background color. Now the same way, I want to also modify the color background of this chart that you see here now. So click on charts, go to the format visions, Okay, go to your generals out there, and here you have something effect. Okay, just go to effect. Now give the background color. I'm just going to give some lighter color for this. This is what I want to give, the lighter color. So I'll just make some more a bit different, okay, compared to what we have done previously. Now you can see here I have given this color. So your background has this color, whereas your chart has this color. So you can select any colors that you want to. In my case, I have selected this color. Okay, so you can just go ahead and change any color that you desire to be. So here we have the color. You also can just go down here, add some borders if you want to. Okay, add some borders. Once added, you can just go and add a few more things. So if you want to make the borders to be rounded, you can see here the borders are rounded here, right? Rounded borders. You can just go here and increase this to 20 pixels, 10 pixels, whatever you want to. So you can see here borders have been rounded, isn't it? Right? And now you can see here when this chart color is a blue or something else out there. Now this black color aren't much visible, or the text or the title of the chart is not much visible. Just go again back to your format visuals. Make sure that you have selected the particular chart. Okay, you can just go to generals, go to properties. Here you will have the width if you want to set something. Go to titles. Okay, in title you will have, you can see sum of profit, right? So I'll say here profit of sum. I'll just remove this text out there. I can modify this one. Now here I would change the color this to white color. So to make it good looking, you can see here this white color. If you want to increase the size by some text, I'm making bigger, 16, clear. I want to make it center. It is in center now. Just have a look at the chart. And the same thing for other spacings out there. If you want to give some spacings, if you want to add some other things. Okay. Now go back to visuals. Go back to visuals. In x-axis, as you know, we have values here. We can change this color to white to make the x-axis values to white color. To showing in white color, you can increase the size of this to 10, something bigger, 10. Okay, I'm going to make it 10. And the same thing for y-axis that we have on the top, x-axis. I want to change this to white color. Now just have a look at this. So we have this graph that is been shown here. Now just have a look at this graph looks a bit good. So you can give any color, you can give any graph that you want to show. So any graph color that you want to show. So in my case, this is what has been shown here, and we have made some changes. So you also like, if you don't like the color, you can change the colors whatever you want to. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear until here? Okay, and now I'm just shaping this one here to a small width. I'm just putting it here. Then this is what we have here, and just make it a bit bigger. Done. So this is done here, and this was profit by month. This was profit by month with which we have completed the first thing, profit by month. So the color is not very similar, but it is almost the same thing. Okay, we have some changes. You can just make the changes whatever you want to. Now we want to go with this next thing, that is sum of profit by subcategory. Now this was the profit by month, but I want to see which category or which subcategory has given what profit. So what now we can do is, instead of going and creating one more chart, then going and changing all the values, you can just copy this one, paste this one here, okay, paste this one below. That's how I'm doing it here. Okay, paste this one below, and now what you can do is just change the values here. Just change the values here. On the x-axis, we have something order date, right? Order date. Instead of order date, you can change it by value. You can see here on the left side we have subcategories. On the y-axis we have subcategories. On the x-axis we have profits. Now here I'll just remove this one. Make sure you are in the particular chart. I'll just remove this. Removed, right? I'll put the profit in the x column, x-axis, and I'll put the subcategory that we have here in the y-axis. Now just have a look at here. Now this seems to be a bit out there. Now have a look at that. Now we have given a profit in x-axis, this one below that you see here, right? The same thing that you are having a look at here, correct? Okay, so but here below on the y-axis it is showing numbers, whereas the subcategory is numbers, subcategory is a text value. So you can just click on this drop down. For every chart you will have the features here like x-axis, y-axis, and you will have you can see count of subcategory is showing, but I don't want the count. Instead I want to show value. Okay, so let me just remove this field for now. Remove this field. I want to put subcategory here. Okay, just give me a minute. Subcategory here. Okay, and profit here. So let us see how it is. So now in this case, have a look at that. We have done this opposite. Here it is on the y-axis we have the subcategories. On the x-axis and on the x-axis we have the profits. Where it is opposite here, you can now change this way. Put the sum of profit on the below. So here we want the value as it is. So let me just go and show the value as it is to be. Okay, so let me make it direct. I'm just going to okay, so it is taking the count here. Instead of count, we don't want count here to be shown. Instead, I just want to show it directly here. So it is taking counts in this case, but we don't want to show the counts. So just go to filters here. Okay, just go to filters. You'll have the option. It is showing counts, right? So we don't want count. Instead, we want it to be the normal data field. So what you can do is just go here or this drop down. Should give the option out there on total, nothing said. Subcategory. Okay, so I'm just trying to take this one this way, but it is not showing the options. Just give me 1 minute. Profits here. We can take subcategory here. Okay, you can see here now it is showing the details here. That how you see here profit by month here. So this is not profit by month. It is actually profit by the subcategories. I'm just going to remove every single thing once again. Okay, so just have a look at this particular graph. This shows subcategory. You can see it, subcategory and sum of profits. So you can take subcategory directly from here and just go ahead into x-axis, or you can say y-axis is subcategory. Okay, it is y-axis. Just give me a minute. Okay. Before this, we see something wrong here. That is, it is taking counts for this field. So I'll just go to the orders table here, or you can see details table. I'll go to subcategory. I'll just have a look at the what is the subcategory here. And this subcategory is text. Okay, and the format is also text. So everything seems to be fine that we have. Everything seems to be fine, but instead of this one, instead of having this field this way, we made something wrong. We made a bit wrong out there. Sorry for this one. A bit change. We actually had to take the clustered bar chart. We actually had to take the cluster bar but we just directly went with the uh, normal other bar. So I'm just going to put subcategory in the Y field. Okay, and now what do you have here, and the profit in the X field. Now this time we can just have a look at we have the data shown here. Do you all see here? Yes, is it clear,
Yes, sir.
everyone? Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
we did one simple mistake, that instead of having like we wanted to have go with some other chart. So but we were using the same chart because we have copy pasted the same thing. Okay. But now you can see here we have all the charts, or you can say all the graphs been shown here, like all the subcategories been shown here. Okay. Now a question comes here that I want to make all of these changes here. I want to make all of these changes and put it here in this particular bar. So we need not to go again and put all the perform all the operations out there. Instead, to make it very clear and very easier, just we have something format painter on the top left. Format painter here. Format painter. What you can do is just select this one, this particular what we have just created before. Click on format painter. Click on format painter. Now we have copied the format, right? And just paste it here. Paste it here, like format this one. Now this will automatically format every single thing based on what we have done previously for here. See all the stylings, all the text, okay, and whatever you wanted to. So everything is going to shown here. Okay, so I'll repeat once again. You need not to reformat everything by going again there. Instead, just copy the format of this using the format painter and format whatever you want to. Is it clear? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Clear.
Now see here, we have something on this below graph. You can see now we have sum of profit by subcategory, right? We have sum of profit by subcategory, but here almost everything is shown. But instead of all of these things, I want to show only top five. I want to show only top five categories. So what I'll do is we have something filters here. Do you see filters here? We have filters. Just go to filters, and you can see here subcategory. Just click on this drop down here. Okay, and basic fill, click on the basic filtering. We have top n because top n means top n numbers. Just click on top n numbers. You can see show items top. Okay, you can just go top or you can just go with bottom. So I say top, I say top 5. Clear? Now top 5 by which value? Top 5 by which value? By profit. Right, because I want to show top categories, top subcategories with most profit. So I just drag and drop the profit here. So you can take profits from here and put it here. Now just have a look at this, but now just click on apply filters. Before I apply the filter, just have a look at this subcategory here. Just have a look at the subcategory here. This is showing all the categories out there. But once I click on this one, let's say that we have apply filters. Okay, you can see only top 5 are being shown. Only top 5 is been shown here. Clear, everyone? Yes. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, yeah, as we are about the end of the time now, like about 1, so we almost have 10 minutes of that. I'll show only one thing. So like you can create all the other graphs the same way, but use pie chart instead of using these charts. Okay, and give all the values whatever you want to from the left side. And this pane that we have here, sum of amount, sum of profit, sum of quantity, you have something known as this one. See here, we will have something card. You can just have a look at there. We have something card here. Card. Just take this card here. Just click on this card, and now just go to data. Okay, and in this data, put something amount. I'll just drag the amount here. That will show the number. You can see here sum of amount automatically. This is the card that we get from this particular pane here. You can see this one. This is the card. This card that we have here, 1, 2, 3, and now you can make this shorter, or like whatever you want to. Now, as you know that I'm not going to redesign everything. Instead, I have the format painter, right? I have the format painter. I'll take the format painter, put it into this one. You can just have a look at that. It has already painted. So I'm just going to redesign this one. I can say build this one, this card. So I'm going to take the amount, drag it here, make it shorter again. Okay, and take the format painter, paint it here. Okay, paint it here once again. Done. Now you can see here, this is shown. All right, so have a look at that. This is shown how we wanted to. Means the background border part has been taken, and the sum of amount has been shown. If you want to minus these things out again, just go to the format your like select this particular chart, go to the format your visuals, and just go and do it. See, now you can see we have all the same things available here. Show as blank, label, whatever is it. If you want label, you can show labels, else don't show the labels. So this way you can create all these 4 boxes here. You can create all of these things, but make it shorter. The same way how we have created. I hope so you have learned many things from today's session. Is it all clear?
Yes, yes, sir.
Clear, sir.
So we had some like we have a short of time out there, so I tried my best to go ahead with as much as possible. Okay, we have few questions out there. What is the difference between Tableau and Power BI? So it is almost the same thing. It is same thing to create presentations, or you can say creating reports out there. But everyone has its own features. Power BI Tableau has more of features out there. Even Power BI has it, okay, but as per what I would say, Tableau has more features out there. Okay, Tableau has more features. Now, how do we connect the cards here? So just take the card from here, drag whatever the table column you want to in that particular, I can say card. It will show you. Clear? So, this is that's it for the session that we had today. And before I wind up the session, I just want to inform you a few things out there. So this was the brief session on Power BI to give you the overview of what is Power BI and how does it looks like, okay, and how can you prepare reports. So as per until whatever I have tried, okay, I have tried my best to give you. So now I just want to inform you a few things. Is
A request, sir. Can you just show how to publish this report, please, if you have time?
do you have this option here? Do you see in the top right? Publish. Publish
Screen
the
is
report
not
online.
visible.
Screen not visible. I'll just to the screen quickly. So it's very simple. Okay, nothing very hard. So I hope you all can see the screen. See this option. Publish. Do you have publish option? Let's have a look at that. Publish this report online in the Power BI service. So you can create an account in Power BI. So first thing, you can create an account in Power BI. You can publish this report. So this this is also like a cloud service. It's a like cloud service out there where once you publish, everything will be published on their in Power BI service. So like you can say the place where everyone publishes, like how you have this one. No? We have some places where people publicize their activities, whatever they have done. The same way, you also can publish it. Okay, just click on publish. You need to save it out there, and you need to sign in out there. Save this file and do like publish however you want to. So, and you will after that you will get a link out there to share. You can just share that link to anyone. Anyone can see that report. Anyone can just have a look at that report out there. So before, that was That was all about publishing. It's very simple. It's not very hard out there. Just go and publish, create an account, and it will be published out there. You can share that URL to everyone. Now, and before we just wind up the session, just to inform you, this was the brief overview of Power BI, only about Power BI out there. But if you want to have a look at, or if you want to learn many more things about data analytics, which comes to yes, I'm audible now. Audible.
Yes.
Audible.
Yeah. So, if you want to if you want to learn many more things about data analytics, okay, completely out there. So this was just a brief introduction to give you all about this one or Power BI to make you understand or to make you know what is Power BI and what it is a part of simple data analytics. So if you want to master these skills, if you want to learn many more things on it, okay, we includes every single tool like Power BI, Tableau, and every other thing out there, or machine learning, and everything. So we are going to uh, create a session of 10 days where you all will be learning many of these things out there. So regarding the pricing part, we will be letting you know on the group regarding this, all the details out there. So I hope if anyone, whoever interested can just go ahead with those things. So the details will be shown to you in the WhatsApp group. Okay. So this was for the session. I hope you all have learned many things. Happy journey for your upcoming part.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this class, Akram. And thank you guys who are patiently attend this section. If anybody wants to share some reviews or feedback, how the classes go on. Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Zahir.
Yeah.
You want to
Yes, I
share some feedback?
mean, no, it's not the feedback. Just I want to know something. This is
Sure.
the class was very nice. Okay, all introduction about this one. So you'll go.
Sorry. Yeah, I think he left it. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for all for be a part of these sections. Thank you.
Thank you.